Welcome everybody back to City Fix with me, Biffa. Here we are in the city of Santra, sent in by Jleymann. Thank you very much for sending your city in. This is a huge city, 300,000 citizens, and the traffic is absolutely horrendous. Let's take a quick look at the city here. Look at that. It is really, really bad in the middle. Yeah, all the way through here, chock a block. Doesn't even seem to cover it. Look, every single section. It's all leading down to the middle. Yeah, we are going to take a nice deep dive into this city. We are going to check out the transportation. We're going to check out the mass transit, the highways, the trains, everything we can to try and get this, what I think is quite a decent looking city, back up to scratch. I like this one a lot. You said you played it as a vanilla city. And it's done really, really well. I like it. It looks fantastic. There's no additional assets or anything like that in the city. Now, you did play this city in vanilla, so you already had despawning turned on, which means you would not get things like this. So when I first started this city, it was at 70%. I've let this city run, and it's got down to 7% with despawning turned off. For those that don't know, if you wish to try that out on your city, get yourself Traffic Manager. You can search that in the workshop. This button here has been reversed. I'm using a version that isn't released just yet, helping to test it out. So as you can see there, if you read the tooltip, currently no despawning. This is hard mode. If I click that button so it's lit up blue, then a load of cars will disappear and the traffic will go down. But yeah, I like to make things extra difficult for me. So I'm thinking this time, 11%. It's gone up ever so slightly. Fantastic, just by looking at the city. But you can see it's a complete lock. Nothing is moving. Really, really bad. So what I'm going to do first of all is we're going to take a look at the mass transit and see what we can do to help with this. So let's just have a quick glance at what you've got set up. Now, I do like to check how many vehicles you've got on lines related to how many passengers. So, for instance, a good tip, sort by vehicles, 19 vehicles. Now, if you've got the normal vanilla vehicles, you've got your set as 70 people. Oh, biofuel buses. Okay, but you can see here the figures. Very low on quite a lot of these, empty on most of them. So you've got a lot of people using this line, but most of your buses are empty. 19 is way, way too many. In fact, if we count how many actually have people on, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 have got people on, but between them, they're not even halfway. Not even halfway filled. So we're going to use remove. I'm using, I don't know what mod this is that gives you this extra information, but you can also use the slider tab if you don't have this mod. If you want to see what mods I've got, you can check out the link in the description. Also, if you go to my Discord, there's some helpful people there that will show you where you need to go to get my collection of mods and assets that I use for my TeaVille build as well. I reckon on a line like this, even 5 buses would be absolutely perfect. Yeah, I would definitely give that a go. And then I'll go back to lines overview. You've got one here of 17 with 130 people. It's going to be about the same. So what I would do is I would put all these down to something more reasonable. And then I would also come back and check them at a later date as well. Maybe this one will get down to 6. Even that's probably a little bit overkill. But yeah, once we've got the city working... Yeah, it's just got 12. Far too many, far too many. Let's get that down to 4. But once the city's moving and more people are using buses, hopefully, then we want to go back and check these. So let me just quickly nip through and adjust these. 9 buses for 65 people. 65 people could fit on one bus. But I'm going to do 2 just to, just to give them a fighting chance. 8 buses for 83 people. Oh my goodness me. I mean, you could, of course, use this budget control down here or drop the budget for the entire bus network here. But I want to still keep my control over that separate from what I'm doing on the line. So that is why I'm doing it this way. Also, it may be that when we come back and check these lines that there's so few people using them that we end up deleting the lines. But that'll be during our secondary check of our mass transit. Okay, there we go. So that's removed a lot of buses from the lines, which will hopefully save the traffic. What will happen is all those buses will go back to their bus hubs and do that sort of thing. So, yeah, there's a few areas in here that we're going to be working on, looking at for building as well. Things like this, I'll mention it now while I see it, but we'll come back to it later. Having an airport, you know you're going to have a lot of people coming and going from an airport. You do have a taxi stand, you do have a bus and a monorail, which is fantastic, so they can walk across here, but they're right on this main road, so I would at least set those back, or maybe, I think you've been limited to the squares, but you do have space over here. Have them on a little separate road that isn't connected to everything else. But anyway, you do have, what's this down here? Underground metro station is turned off. Let's put that on. That'll be one of the other things we check anyway, but let's go back to here. So we've checked our buses. There we go. You don't have any trolley buses. That's fine. You do have some tram lines. You do have metro lines. You've got lots of people using the metro lines, which is good. You might need to increase on here. Let's see how many people are waiting. Look at that. Loads of people waiting at the stops. So here is the opposite. Now we need to go through and add lines on here. Yeah, because there's just so many people wanting to use this. I mean, you got to be careful because you could add a load on here and end up blocking up your lines. But I'm going to go through and now add. Let's have a look. Probably just need. Actually, that is not too bad. I'm going to add. Shall I add one more? I think he's going to fit everybody on 99. Let's add one vehicle on there. So I'm going to go through these. And, yeah, do the similar thing. And, of course, you have a lot of tram lines. So I'm going to do exactly the same check on the tram lines as well. And also looking at your train lines that you have running through the city. Again, lots of passengers using those. You have some absolutely massive trains. 680 each. So, yeah, maybe we'll just drop that down ever so slightly. So you don't need so many trains on these, do you? Okay, just looking around the city to see if we can work out how good your metro is. Let's start this way round. So, for instance, on this little area here, you've got a lot of houses here, and you've got some houses over here, and you do have a metro that sort of runs along here, so it's taking people from here down to the industry to work. Back over to this way. Well, I don't know why that isn't over here where the houses are. That would be... a good little fix. Maybe we can just grab that and move it. So let's come out of that mode. There we go. And pop that in here somewhere. We're going to lose a building. But things like that are going to help a lot. And then we can delete. Let's very carefully delete this underground and connect that up. There we go. And if we select the metro line tool, we can go to where it was. And we should be able to grab the... stop and move it over there. I think that was the only one. Yep, that's it. So now these people have more access to get in and out, and they can jump out there or jump out over here. Let's just go up this way. So for instance, I'm just sort of looking at this big area here, and there's a metro that runs to this monorail or train thing and then goes over here, but there's nothing over this side. There's nothing here. These are underground train lines, so there's no metro here at all. We've got monorail running through there, which is fine. So your metro is pretty sparse. We've got this one that sort of wiggles through the middle in green, which is a nice large one. And it's got this blue one as a smaller one that attaches to it. But they all seem pretty separate. We've got a big loop over here, which is good. This section doesn't have... anything. We got one over here, goes up. So this section down here doesn't have any metro, although you might have buses there, of course. And there's a spattering of metro over there. Nothing on this one that I can see. So I mean, metro they will prefer to use that quite often. See that you could connect a metro up to that and go around here and around this area. Perhaps let's just do that. I mean, for instance, here you've got your big, what have you got here? Football stadium, you've got your expo centre. You might have bus lines coming in and out of here. Let's just grab that one. Yeah, see, no bus lines coming in and out of here either, unless that's because I've turned them off. Let's put those back on again. Yeah, you got one bus line that's coming up and down here. But I would even just put a metro in there as well. Do have a train line, but yeah, metro to get around. Oh, look, you've got Bedford Land over here as well. Fantastic. Lots of people going to be coming and going from this area. So anything extra is really going to help them. And, of course, by your industry, I can pop a little one in there as well. We'll get that hooked up and then back round to where your houses are too. And then I'm going to do my normal one clockwise and one anti-clockwise line going around here. And then it's going to take a while for this to kick in, for people to realise there's a way to, a new way to get to places. So we'll come back and hopefully remember to check that a bit later. So this is going to be Biffa test line 1. Let's just do it like that. Biffa test line 1. There we go. Loads of cars on there. Let's just drop that down to, let's try 6 on there first of all. And that didn't save, did it? Biffa test line 1. Enter. Very good. And then we want the other one as well. Biffa test line 2. Excellent. And we'll drop down the amount of cars on here as well. Yeah, excellent. We've got 3 on there. Okay, so that's a new metro loop added to that area up there. And then if we come over here, we can see we've got the metro that starts there and runs. That one runs down to there. And we've got this one here that runs to there. You've got lots of separate metros, which are okay. But if you have stations sort of a bit... Oh, this is a train line, isn't it? Oh, that's a train line. So this metro is literally from there going to there and then it stops. But you've got all this space over here. You could run another station here, pop one up there. Yeah, really help people to get round a lot easier. So I'm going to grab this stop here. This was the last station that was in. And then go past that new one and to the end of the line up here. There we go. And then the new stations I've put in, I'm going to drag that and add a stop going in each direction. So drag line to add stop. There we go. And going the other way. Excellent. Let's just check this station now has some stops in. Nope. Let's add those in as well. That one and that one. Good, good, good. So that now extends that line via the train. Is it train? Yeah, train thingy, transfer station. What's the name I'm looking for? Hub. Yes. And monorail as well. So there's lots going on there, which is fantastic. But now covers a lot more area down there. And we could even add another one up here as well by this train station. Would be absolutely fantastic. Because they can walk straight out of the train station and into a monorail if I can find a space where the land isn't too steep. There we go. Just down the road a bit. That'll be fantastic. And let's hook this one up as well. Actually, yeah, that's the train one, isn't it? So we're going to have to loop this one round and get underneath the train line if we can. And then we'll do the same with the stop. We'll grab that from there, drag it up to there, and then we'll make sure we add in some stops on this line. There we go. So we're now covering a much larger area there. Let's have a look at this central section here. Yeah, this central section, you have a lot of buses set up there that are running all over the place, which is good. Oh, that doesn't need to be emptying anymore. Let's turn that off. So yeah, that's good. We'll leave those running all over the place, and they're taking you to metro and monorail and train stations. Oh, autosave. Quick sip of tea. Ah, there we go. Yeah, so that looks pretty much covered. This area here, you've got some metro. Again, see a lot of these people here. I think your city's got so large that it's not until you zoom down into smaller areas like this. This is a lot of people. A lot of people are living in this area here. But you've only got... let's go to the transport screen. You've only got this one metro here, which is coming down, I assume, to your park area, Bedford Trail. And then none of this has any buses around it at all. You've got one metro up there. So all of these people are having to drive their cars to get to anywhere that they want to go to. So I would definitely extend the metro down here. And it's good that it comes up again to a nice big train hub in the centre. And what I'm doing, I'm looking for side streets. So you've got the main road that's running through here, which does have a tram on it, which is good. And I'm just looking for little side streets that I could pop this on. That obviously that it will go on properly, won't say slope too steep. But it just keeps it away from the main traffic. Which is a good way of doing it. And also, if you can put metro stations for one loop near to another line like this, then you will find that your people can walk across the road from one to the other. So you've got this one here, they can walk down, cross over, and get to this one, which takes them on a whole nother journey through the city. That is always worth keeping in mind. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going with this one, because I thought I was going to hook back up to here again, but that's already connected. I'm wondering whether we could just add... So these two stations that are right next to each other, could I just add a sneaky little line from this one going over here somewhere? Because all of this, none of this has a metro either, so maybe we'll just do that. And then I'll do the same again. I'll drag that line all the way to the end, our new station. There we go. And then I'll go back along and make sure we've got stops. There we go. All of the stations that we've put in. Excellent. So now people can get from this multi-platform station that we've got here through this, this little chicane of metro stations all the way down. They're nicely near other loops as well, and they're going to get down into new areas. So that is fantastic. There we go. So that is line number 2. So let's remember that and come back later and check how many more people are using it. Okay, so I'm going to let the game run for a little bit with those changes to the metro and all that sort of thing. That is certainly going to help our traffic. But I also want to have a little look at the highway that's coming into the city. We've got tons of people here coming in, and hitting a junction like this. We've all seen these junctions before. Now, you've got a little bit of lane mathematics going on here, which is great. You've got 3 lanes. One going off down to 2. This lane comes back on, back to 3. So that is good. You've got all that worked out. You've got that going both directions. You've got cars getting in each other's way, which is not good. So we're going to use a traffic manager tool. This one here. Let's zoom in a bit. Control S. Everybody gets their own. What is that? That lane's going the wrong way. What the heck is going on? Okay, let's take this one here. Upgrade that to 2 lanes going in that direction. I'm assuming the other ones you've got are okay. Maybe just that little one there was a mistake. Let's check the other direction. 2 lanes, 2 lanes. Yeah, you're fine. Just a little not 2 lanes. There we go. 2 lanes, 2 lanes. You've missed a bit. Okay, there we go. And then what we want to do is where the cars are coming out. Let's just try that again. We'll take the lane connector, Control S. Everybody gets their own lane so they can merge in. That's fine. Where they're coming out over here, we'll do the same. There we go. Where they're joining there, we'll do the same. And then we'll do it in the other direction as well. So where they're coming out there, what have we got? 1 plus 2 going into a 2 lane by the look of it. And that could be 3 lanes actually coming into a big junction like that. Let's just take the 3 lanes. There we go, because you've got 3 different directions those cars could go. We'll look at the junction in a bit more detail in a future episode. But using this tool here, lane arrows, hold control, click, and all of those now are dedicated turning lanes, which is very, very cool. And then if we come back to this one over here, I think the game is trying to go to night time. Let's just turn that off. There we go. And we'll select that one. Control S. They all get their own lane. We'll just follow this back. We'll do that there. And the other side. Right, what have we got? 3 lanes. One goes off down to 2. Comes back in. And it's still 2. So what we're going to do here is upgrade that one. Oh my goodness me. You've got this smack bang next to this junction here. That is like the worst thing ever. Okay, let's just pause the game a sec. This is... I want these lanes to join onto this road. That is what I'm trying to do. So we're going to take that one there. Join that to there and that to down there. And then we'll do the same over here. That to there and that to down there. There we go. That's what I'm trying to do. So they can get across the middle. We're going to downgrade this one to here to help with the lane mathematics. There we go. And actually... this end piece, we can actually upgrade that. I would say we'll change that to 2 lanes. So we've got left and right. And that same there. Excellent. And then all we need to do is where they merge on. So we've got... this has to be 3 lanes, remember. 2 plus 1 is 3. So we'll change that to 3. Then 1, we're going to count this as 1 lane off, even though it's 2. 1 lane off goes down to 2. 1 lane back on, back to 3 again. And this is 3 lanes anyway, so that's fine. The same the other way. 3 lane, we'll count that as 1, down to 2. 1 comes on, back to 3. 1 goes off, back down to 2. And Bob's your mother's brother. It will work. So... where they merge in, we want to do Control S, Control S. Then we also want to change this. So we'll grab the lane arrows. Control click, is that going to sort that? Yeah, so 1 lane for off, 2 for on. Control click, 1 for off, 2 for on. That is good. So that's the junctions at the bottom sorted. Then at the top, you've got left and right. You've got 1 lane for going off. What we're going to do, because this lane is doing 2 things. Going to control click there and control left click there. There we go. And that should, you've got 1 lane for on, 1 lane for off going round. That should solve that issue. What I'm going to do is use the move it mod just to pick this up, make it the same height as that. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'll lower it down a bit. Let's lower that back down. Let's pause the game. There we go. And I'm actually going to put these, that one, and that one. Control H, the same height as that. That'll be better, so it's not such a big slope. So hopefully now this can all keep moving. These bits at the ends here, I think I'm going to go with priority giveaway sign. So you give way coming on, you all keep going. You give way coming on, you all keep going. So these aren't crossing over, they have to come down. Yeah. And I think that will just help that junction move a tiny bit. We've got a bit of hawky-balky lane switching going on here because these junctions are so close. But once the traffic goes down, that shouldn't be too bad. I don't think we can... I'll speed the game up, but not much is going to happen because there's so many cars and so many things going on. But that's definitely going to sort that one out. That is going to help keep this moving as well. And things like this, where you've got junctions so close together... oh, that is just nuts. That is absolute nuts. Because look, these are coming down here. They're all trying to turn up there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that junction. We're going to turn on snapping. When that blimmin' thing gets out of the way. And I'm going to move this, stretchy, 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 into the middle there. So we've got a bit more space. I'm then going to grab that one. And try and straighten that out a bit. And then I'm going to upgrade that to 3 lanes. Sorry, houses. There we go. So now we've got 3 lanes. Let's do that one. Control click, dedicated turning lanes. We've got a funny little road there. Could have stretched it. Let's just fix that. Pick a tool. I like that new pick a tool. Very handy. Excellent. There we go. Excuse me. So control click, dedicated turning lanes for that one. Right, here we're going to have time traffic light. So again, control click, quick setup. And then it may be that this one here we need to add more time onto because there's so many cars coming out of this one. Yeah, I'd imagine that's probably what's going to happen. Let's have a quick look at this junction. You're going to give way, you're going to give way, you're going to keep going. Control click there. Yeah, that junction right there. Do we need it? No, we don't need this one to attach to that road. Let's get rid of that. Let's just pause the game, draw in just up to the junction there. So now it's an easy T junction, much better. So control click, dedicated turning lanes on and off. Cars go straight through. So I'm just going to quickly keep an eye on these lights here. And then when we get to this one, here we go. Pause the game. So number 3, we're going to stop. Oh, hang on. Start. Was it number 4? Oh, darn it. I can't remember if it was 3 or 4. Let's just run through it again. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it was number 4. So if we stop that and edit this, I'm going to up. So instead of 3 and 8 on the minimum time and the maximum time, I'm going to do 5 and 12. Completely arbitrary, made up numbers. If there's lots of traffic, we'll start that up again. Then it's going to go through the whole load. Let's put it this way so we can see. So we want this to go down a lot quicker than it is at the moment. Hopefully by the time the traffic lights get round to it again, it will be a lot better. Unfortunately, what's happening here, we've got all of these cars here. Have we not got the merging set up correctly there? It doesn't look like it, does it? Let's just take a quick look. This one here. No, we haven't. We missed it. There we go. Merge in nicely. Keep on moving. Yeah, see, these coming down here are stopping because these are stopping. They're all trying to get in each other's way. Let's just give it a second. Okay, there we go. Traffic lights are going. The game is running pretty slow because how big it is. But yeah, these are moving through a bit more now, which is good. So if this doesn't back up as much, it means all of this can move, which helps all of this down here. I mean, it's all one big clog fest all over the place, but we will get to the bottom of it. Yeah, that was better. That was better. It's going to fill up again. Cool, good. Well, that's a couple of junctions modified. I would certainly not say they are sorted because there is so much traffic going on down here. What's going on with this lane here? Everybody's pulling off down here. Let's just do that. So if you're in those lanes, you can go. And that's all coming down here. Then that's hitting this mess. Yeah, look at that. So many things still left to fix in this city. I mean, I'm not expecting the traffic to have gone down much at the minute because 11%. So it's risen by a couple of percent. But in the next episode, we are going to take a look at all the junctions. There's so many things we need to fix up with the roads and the highways and the motorways. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that, and check out the next video on the screen as well. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate your support. I will see you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.